Good evening everybody and welcome back to F1 on FTRL. So we've had a slight delay tonight, we've got some technical gremlins already, but we are now underway and the cars are on track. Here we are then at round 5 of the season, already into the second third of the season. And we are here at the Sakir circuit in Bahrain and we are on board with the 4-man in the championship winner of the last 2 races. It is TRT Lynx. He comes down the start finish straight with DRS into turn 1. Great overtaking opportunity in the race, then gets turned and through the fast left kink. Right on the curb up through 3, behind the Grosjean barrier on the right hand side. No trouble for Lynx as he now drives up towards turn 4, opening the corner up there using all the track and a bit of curb. Rounds there nicely. Now the short blast down over the curbs, start to plummet down the hill. Watch that curb on the inside there, unsettles the car, use the curb on the exit. Heavy braking then all the way down to second gear for the right hander. Now we start climbing the hill on the infield part of the track, over the crest. And drop down this difficult, tricky off-camber braking zone, coming downhill all the way to second gear again, short shift to third. DRS pops open for the second time and now blasts along the back straight. The curve on entry to again widen the angle. Apex is nice, he runs it all the way out to the right, and then watch out for the tricky inside curve here. Do not touch that curve, this is Bendel bottleneck. No such problems for Lynx there, rise the curve there at the penultimate corner. Now just this short straight. Going over the little crest, down towards the final corner, again using all the track there to open the angle up. Rise the curve nicely, and now it is foot to the floor. The DRS will pop open in a second, and he guns for the line. And it is provisional pole for him for this first line lap at 26.0 then from the McLaren. Pops him ahead of Yarman after the first set of runs then. So current road after the first flying laps, and we've got TRT Lynx on provisional pole alongside Yarman. Oxox is in third now, just having started a set ahead of Adam Mako. Dan Morris in P5 ahead of Oscar, who is filling in tonight. Div 2-man getting some extra practice in, as he's just knocked down a position as Evil Chris goes up to P4. Great effort from him on his first run there, just ahead of his teammates. So the Williams 4th and 5th. Dylan is P8. With Sway 9th, Scuba P10, having those last 3 then Dylan, Sway and Scuba all set their time on the mediums. And then we've got Tico and Dutch currently 11th and 12th, and Dutch is off the track there. So Dutch Tricks has had a moment, facing the wrong way. No, he's facing the right way, but he's off the track. That will be his in lap, potentially. 1:37.7 is not a quick lap there, so I don't know what's happened to Dutch. It's getting out of the way. Right, here's the stream gun. Stream up. Get that fired up. Let's see what people are saying. Good evening, Macman. Is there an issue with the lobby's Codemasters following an update? Do not know. I do not know yet. We are hopefully had a bit of a glitch, but it all seems to be working now, so hopefully we'll get through this evening's racing without any issues, as Andy goes P9 then on a 27.4. He's the fastest of the medium shod runners then, so a few guys trying the alternate strategy so far, but only 2 of them inside the top 10 to make it work, so I would expect them to come back out again on the soft tyres later in the session. About 1.4 seconds there between Lynx is the fastest soft tyre and Andy the fastest of the medium tyres. There's quite a big difference between the two. Now I've just realised I'm in the lobby chat again, and bear with me. So then we're already into the second third of the season. On our debut season on F1 2021. Of course, Portimao was released this week finally, so the first of the new tracks. Unfortunately will not be making an appearance on this season's calendar, but it will be 100% on next season's calendar, as will Imola and Jeddah if they get them done in the next 8 weeks. So fingers crossed. It sounds like they are not far away from being ready, so it looks like we will have a very, very exciting calendar for season 18, but still plenty of season 17 to get through first. On board then with Tom Duval now as he comes around to start a flying lap. Good evening, Mikey. Tom is just munching a McFlurry. It's about to set 25.7. Well, here we go then. let's stay on board for this 25-7 from Mr. Duval. He starts his flying lap. It's showing him as invalidated, so I don't know if that's another glitch. Who knows? Who knows? On board with Carwin Rob then, as he is on an outlap at the moment, and Carwin will be hoping for a slightly less embarrassing run. Now I've got a warning here about the quality of the stream, so fingers crossed it's not going to be any issues. Hopefully you can all still hear me. So Carwin will probably want to not dig up what happened last week. Carwin was sat in P2 under a late safety car, and Funky Chicken in the chat had mentioned that Carwin Rob had spun out of a previous race at Barcelona in a different league at turn 7 and 8. And no more than a couple of minutes later, under the safety car, Carwin Rob span out at turn 7 and 8 into the wall and retired on the spot out of P2. Which was a slightly embarrassing moment to happen on stream as well. So fingers crossed we will not have a repeat of that this week. He was looking really strong again after that stunning couple of races to start the season. It's not quite gone as well for him in the last two, so fingers crossed he will be back on form this week. He has been a very welcome addition to the league so far. Good evening, Phoebe. Good evening, Pagani. The stream seems fine. Good, right. Fingers crossed it maintains that way. Over the crest of the hill, and he comes down to this tricky downhill braking zone. But rounds it nicely. Because we don't have anything to compare yet. This is his first flying run. Coming up to the end of sector 2. That's climbing up the hill then, around Bendel Bottleneck. No issues for him though. And a 104.8 then for sector 2. Again, no idea how that compares at the moment, but he is now just one corner away from the finish line. So we will see where this lap takes him up to. And the final corner he comes. He's now a drag race to the line. And Carwin Rob goes second, a 1:26.1. So very tight lap from him. Puts himself on the provisional front row. That's a current run order then. 7 minutes 20 to go. Lynx still holding on to a provisional pole. Carwin Rob momentarily holds at P2, but he's just been dispossessed by Dutch Tricks, who has hooked up his lap this time. And he also dips into the 26 zeros, 400ths behind the current provisional pole, but on the front row for the 4-time champ. I'm still holding on to P4. As I say, he's holding on to P4. He is dispossessed of P4 by Ox, who goes up to the second row of the grid, a 26.1. Now, of course, we've had an update this week on the game, and the handling model is drastically changed, so some of the drivers getting a bit used to it. Some have adopted to it quite nicely. Lynx currently the man on form, and having backed up 2 wins, he's now holding on to provisional pole as well, so Mr. Sunday is becoming Mr. Saturday as well. Sway up in P6 as well. Good qualifying for him so far. He boxes this time around. The Williams still holding on to 7th and 8th. Chris into the pits. And Mako has now got back ahead of his teammate though. He is on an in-lap, so that is not going to be quick. Let's see if we can pick up then the current provisional pole sitter. He's at the bottom corner there, to the second of the DRS zones. He starts climbing up the hill. What was the change there? Andwar going up to P5 then, so having bolted on the soft tyres, he pops himself into P5 there, 26.2, just ahead of Yarman. Andwar, who had a really good run last time out at Barcelona, around 4 coming from Spain. Putting himself in the mix in qualifying with a P5, then links into the final corner. How is this lap going to compare to his opening run? Can he find any times? Can we see a 25? No, he bails out. Into the pits he goes. Pick up We've got Scuba and Funky Fox. Of course, Funky Fox, who was absolute star last week, again having crashed in qualifying, came from the back of the grid, charged his way through to P2, ceded to his teammate, but brought home a McLaren 1-2, which was a good omen, because then McLaren, of course, went and got a 1-2 at the weekend as well in Monza. So maybe they saw what happened here and decided they want a bit of that. It was a fantastic drive from both Lynx and Funky Fox, and from Danny Rick and from Lando. So McLaren in excellent form, both in FTRL and in real life. Now, Funky Fox has had 3 really strong results this season. He's finished 5th on the track twice. He's finished 2nd the other time. All of which have come from the back of the grid. Now, if he can qualify at the front or somewhere in the middle, he might be dangerous. And he might be challenging for wins here. So let's see how he gets on. He's currently down in P17. So once again, he's continuing the streak of qualifying poorly. But hopefully this lap will be an improvement. Comes down to the final corner. His foot on the gas. A little bit of a twitch there as he gets on the power. Is this going to put him in amongst the sharp end of the grid? It puts him 7th. 26.224, so slots in between Sway and Yarman. Onto the 4th row of the grid he goes. That's a much better effort from him in qualifying, so fingers crossed. Crane fly's just come into my room and the cat has seen it, so hopefully the cat's going to eat that. It's just what's going on in my world. Yellows everywhere so far, so people getting out of the way. Yarman looking like he's about to fire up a lap. Now he peels off into the pits, and so he's validated somewhere late on. Ooh, what's happened to Tom? What has happened to Tom? He's going very slowly down the start finish straight. He's in the pits according to the game. Okay, that's new. Everybody in the pits then. So everybody is lining up for their final run. Dutch Trucks is the first onto track. Funky Fox is just making his way back in again. So expect to get the track very busy at the moment. Dutch has bolted early though, hoping to get some clean air. Dan Norris has adjourned the session, so Dan's timed out somewhere. He's back in now. Hopefully he will not have any issues. Not sure, Andy. Not sure what happened there at all. He was on the track, but in the pits at the same time. And his teammate is the only one on track currently, though. Here comes Andy. Here comes Lynx. Off the track, then the final run's about to start. Expect the track to get very, very busy, so hopefully Dutch will not have his lap bulked. The cat continues to chase their long legs around the room. Get it already. Again. Every opening lap there will be a ghost grubbing question to the bar at this track. Yeah, there will be. May well be. So then, here we go then, Dutch winding up. Let's look at how busy the track is there, going through turns 2 and 3 at the minute. Cars coming out the pits as well. Hopefully they will be paying attention to their radar. We'll clear a couple of them who are just coming out of pit exit now. So he shouldn't have too many issues. He's got the Aston Martin a little bit again. So what can Dutch do? Currently on the provisional front row. He got pole last week, only converted it into a P3. Yet to stand on top of the podium this season. Into turn 4. Funky Fox has retired from the session in the pits. And sector 1, he is up by 100th of a second. So Dutch Tricks. Oh, and he's invalidated his lap, so Dutch then will not improve. He then will have to settle for a best P2, and or is the next one to start a flying lap then. Here he comes then down into turn 1. Can he do? He's currently P5. He's probably for a really good result. Sparks flying there. Oh, a bit of a twitch there out of 3. Oh, he's up into the end of sector 1, and he is... comes through. He's up by 1/10 of a second then, so Andy on track here. He could challenge the front row. That will put him P3 if he can maintain that time. Hasn't validated where Dutch did then, so to the downer braking zone. Trickiest couple of corners on the track, I think. Gets it turned nicely though. DRS is now open. He's got Lynx behind him, so the current provisional pole sitter chasing around Anwar. Starts climbing up the hill and towards the sector 2 checkpoint. How has his middle sector been? The answer is he is still up. He's lost a little bit of time though. Now out onto the back straight again. Just one more corner to go. Get his braking zone nailed. Get the car turned, get it on the power as early as you can. Out of the final corner then. Is it going to be an improvement for Anwar? The answer is it is. He goes 4th. Does Lynx behind him improve? He does. A 25.8 from Lynx. That's not Lynx. Why are you showing me that? There we go. That is Lynx. So Lynx improves the lap time. Colin Robb has invalidated. Oxox still on the lap. Then he's coming up to the end of sector 2. He was marginally up in the first sector. That's, I can't see. He is. Oh, he's 1,000th up then, so he's lost a bit of time in the middle sector. So he goes retired, then down in P11. Sway goes second at 25.9. So Sway pulling a lap out the death there. Knocks Dutch off the front, but Ox goes 4th. So he joins Dutch Tricks on the second row. Evil Chris moving up to P7. Great qualifier for Evil Chris. Great job from him, P7. Who's to the come round Scuba coming down the back straight then. One corner to go for him. Currently P14. No, he's bowed out of the lap, so that is not a lap for him. Evening, Mr. Goy Carp. Well, in the chat now, has Tom got the glitch? He says he's on an out lap. That's not a good omen. We had this last week with the CR7. What is going on with Tom's car? Has he got a glitch? Is the question. Is he in control of this? I think he is, so I think we're okay. 25.7 didn't quite materialise then, but it was 25.8 for Lynx is enough to secure him pole position then for round 5 of season 17 in Div 1. And here is the grid then. Lynx on pole. Oh. Dutch managed to get another lap in then, so Dutch did manage to get another lap in and jumps back onto the front row of the grid, so excellent job from him. 25.986 then, just 5 thousandths ahead of Sway, who takes P3. Oxox is P4 with the Red Bull Carwin Rob in P5, and while then lines up P6 with Evil Chris P7. Yarman goes off P8 with Funky Fox and Dylan in P10, and they are your top 10, and they will all start on the soft tyres on which they qualified then. Everybody behind them has a free tyre choice, starting with Adamako in P11, Tom Deval P12, in 13th is Graham, 14th is Tika, then he's gone no line tonight for the first time. So lost a little bit of time there, maybe they'll go back on for the race. He's down in P14. Scuba is 15th, Dan Morris 16th, and Oscar brings up the rear. He is 17th. So, qualifying done, less than a second covers the field at a circuit that nearly always provides excellent racing. And have we got a lobby glitch? Oh god, what is going on? I can't get off, come on. I've not got the thing to move it along at the moment, which is annoying. Do we have another glitch? Oh, there we go. Right, we're going again. Yeah, we're okay, boys. We're okay. We're off. We're off and running. Right. So then, qualifying done. Race now awaits us then, and this one is a circuit that can definitely provide a mix of strategies. Two-stopper tends to be the way to go around here, but some of the boys here can make a one-stopper work. And we are loading in for the race now. Is the weather going to play a part? So Bahrain not known for its wet weather, but we have seen races here in the past. Obviously, this is esports. So, right. Tom has left the session, so I now need to send him an invite. Do bear with me. Every time they sort something out with this game, something else breaks. Isn't it funny? Come on, EA. Use your mighty wealth. There you go. Right. Hopefully that should be sorted. And he'll be back in before the race starts. And there's some abuse going on for Codemasters in the stream, in the Discord. Sorry. Enforced for any other season was eventful. Yes, it was, wasn't it? Rather, wasn't it indeed? Then so away we go on the formation lap. Let's have a look at what tyres everybody is on. Your pole sitter then, Lynx, is on the soft course top 10, or starting on the soft they qualify. So Lynx then, having won the last two races, now starts on pole position for the first time. He is getting quicker and quicker as the weeks go by, and he's a real serious threat for this season's championship. Alongside him though is the man who knows how to get it done, is Dutch Tricks. He is P2 on the grid. He's gone well here in the past. Expect him to be challenging once again. Sway, brilliant qualifying from the Mercedes man. He lines up in P3. Oxox, who has been outstanding this season as well, he now lines up P4. Colin Robb in P5, looking to challenge at the front again with Andor P6. Great qualifying from the Ferrari man. What can he do off the third row? Evil Chris with a really good qualifying as well, P7 for him. Hopefully he'll have a strong race. He has the worst luck in FTRL. He has an absolute terrible luck, so hopefully tonight he will they'll break that cycle and have a really strong result. And he lines up alongside Yarman in the Has. Funky Fox then starts in the middle of the pack this time rather than coming from the back. So what can he do from there? He's P9 and on the fifth row alongside Dylan in the Aston Martin. Hopefully his race will last a little bit longer. He got through qualifying unscathed this week. Then of the cars outside the top 10, everybody has taken the medium tyre, starting with Adamako in P11. Tom Duval P12, and we've got Graham in 13th, Tico in 14th. Expect some fireworks from him in the race. Scuba is P15. He's had great results here in the past. Can he come through from towards the back of the grid? Dan Morris is P16, and Oscar bringing up the rear. So, predictions in the chat then, boys and girls. Who do we think? I am going to put my money, to be honest, he's on good form. I'm going to put this man on screen now as making a hat-trick. Lynx for the win, Dutch for second, and Carwin for third is my prediction. So Lynx, Dutch, Carwin, top three. So the lights on my screen are on. They're off on my screen, but the revs are up for the drivers. It's not quite in sync. Away we go. Tom Duval's car has still ghosted. Hasn't got away, unfortunately. But Lynx then gets the jump into turn one. Dutch going side by side with Sway. Hangs on around the outside. Ox up to third. Then he's had a really good start. Jumps out of the Mercedes man. And here comes Carwin Robb as well. So Sway getting run out into turn 1, trying to battle with Dutch. He might lose 2 places here. Going up the inside, and through he goes. Can Sway do a cutback? Not quite so. Up to 4th he goes. Down to 5th goes Sway. But Link's getting the jump off of pole position. Oh no. Tumbling on the others, evil Chris. Oh. Nope. No break in that cycle. Terrible look. Continues. Tom's car is now away, but has had a spin. So Lynx gets the jump then. From Dutch, Ox, and it's Carwin making the move on Sway. Yardman's up 2 as well, he's up to P6, and we're down to 7th. Funky Fox up 1. In fact, everybody up 1. Tico's been the big move as well, he's up to 11th already, and he is starting to fly through the field onto the back of Aramako already. Look at this little pack here. Ooh, Yarman giving Sway the hurry up. He's now wide, very wide. Oh, big twitch. He tries to get back on the track. There goes Andy. Through goes Funky Fox. Yarman there, I think, just got caught in the wash. And Funky Fox is now looking to make a move on Andwar. Down to turn 1. He's got the inside. Has he got the move done? I've got a terrible camera angle. I can't see nothing. Yep, there we go. Move is done. Yarman trying to come back at him now as well. So we start lap 2. Oh, we've got... Oh, Tico's gone round. Oh, in the background. Who was that? Oh, was it Adamako? Oh, Adamako's gone straight under the end of the straight by the look of it. What's happened there? So Adam having a drama. It looked like somebody had gone off the track, but it was further back than that, so I don't quite know what happened there. Don Noel in the pits getting a fresh wing. He'll be hoping for a safety car. Look at this pack then as they come down the middle part of the track. Lynx continues to lead. Dutch going with him. A little bit of a gap back to Oxox. Of course, no DRS enabled yet. That will start this time around. So they cross the line. Drivers will be looking for a move into turn 4. And it looks like the top 2 might be out of DRS range, so Oxox are probably going to have to get the hurry up. Into the final corner we go. Garmarov could be close enough to make a move here anyway. Maybe without DRS, Lynx sets the fastest lap of the race at 30.2. Indeed, Oxox is out of DRS range. Here comes Carwin Rob. And further back, Funky Fox looking to make a move on Sway as well. Garmarov getting the move done. Sway defends the position, so Funky Fox stays where he is. Oh, Oxox fights back though. Going to go wheel to wheel now up the hill. Who's got the DRS? Oh, yellow flag. Who is that? Oh, it's Dutch. Dutch tricks a spun. Coming out of turn 3. Dutch has gone on the curb and spun around. Oh, and who was that returning to the track? Oh, Evil Chris has got again. Tico in the pits as well. So dramas. As Dutch tricks, drops it on the exit of turn 3. Out of second place, and that's given a huge lead to Lynx then. That's now 2 seconds. Oxox held off Carwin Rob. So Dutch then has dropped down. He's down in P13. Has he got any damage? I'm not going to know much from that camera angle, Codemasters. Come on. It's open, so he's on the back of the train. His wing looks intact. His tyres would have been cooked though, so he's lost a couple more places. And that is drama for Dutch Tricks. So both Dutch boys then down in 13th and 16th after just 3 laps. There was contact between Tico and Adamako. Looks like Adam waited. Oh, right, okay. Now Andy's saying his game might be glitched. This is not good. One man that's so far untroubled though is race leader TRT. Lynx leads by just under 2 seconds. As Colin Rob going for the move again into 1 with the DRS this time. Funky Fox looking to sway as well. Not quite close enough though. Stays in for now. Have another chance in the second on the to turn 4 then. Oxox having been overtaken. He's now going to have a chance to get this place back. With the DRS, Funky Fox having another go at Sway. He's got the inside this time. Trying to go down the inside. Gives each other room. That's good racing, boys. Well done. Sway holds on. Great driving from those who Sway clinging on. Start dropping down the hill. So two drivers, or four drivers really in need of a safety car. They are Tom, Tico, Adamako and Evil Chris. Seems to be a bit of a gap then between Scuba and the top 8. So the top 8 are all kind of, well, let's say Lynx has got a bit of a gap. Then you've got Carwin Rob all the way down to Oscar, no, all the way down to Dylan. And then Scuba all the way down to Dutch Tricks. So a couple of battle packs are formed. Carwin Rob now just starting to chip away at the race lead. That gap's down to 1.6. So the Red Bull man, who won on the track in week 1, bear in mind he obviously had a time penalty. It meant he dropped down to P2 at the finish, but he won on the road, so he knows how to lead races. He's chipping away now, but he's got no, and there we go, fastest lap of the race, 29.8 from him. But no DRS this time around. Ox is trying to come back at him. Sway versus Funky Fox. Here comes Yarman. Yarman with a late move. Funky Fox gives him room on the apex. Oh, a bit of a twitch there, just sort themselves out. Further back, Dutch making the move on Oscar. Into turn 1. Nobody looking for a move then into turn 4, and Carwin has taken another 3/10 out of the race leader. It's now down to 1.3 seconds. So Carl, and he's bringing this pack with him. So around the bottom corner, gap down to 1.2 seconds now. Carwin Rob is on a charge. This great little pack here. Sway, Funky Fox and Yarman nose to tail. I mean, everybody's no. Oh, Yarman's gone. Yarman spins around on the exit of the corner on the traction. Oh, don't rejoin the track. Oh, Scoop has to take huge avoiding action. Did very well to avoid that though. That could have been a big shunt. Scuba gets through okay. Leading the medium tyre charge. Of course, these are a lot of the cars that started outside of the top 10. Obviously Dutch, now Yarman and Evil Chris behind them. All had moments then, so that's why there is a slight gap between that. It's now 7 cars up front. And Carwin Rob has got himself in DRS range. Well, he has now, but he missed the DRS detection point, so he hasn't got DRS this time around. Funky Fox on Sway. However, he does, and now without being pressured from behind by Yarman, this should be move done, is it? Sway's going to try and hang on around the outside, the bump wheels. Dylan and Andy going at it as well into turn 1. Yeah, now side by side as well up the hill. Dylan's got the move done then, so up to P6 goes Dylan, and Funky Fox up to P4. But now Funky Fox has dropped out of DRS range then, so the pack just splintering slightly. He'll need to try and get himself back in again. He's just on the cusp of DRS Foxox. Carwin Rob is that man on the move. Up to P2, and he's now close to within half a second of the race leader. Yeah, and he's reporting a glitch as well. Yellow flag in sector 2, it's Oscar. Oscar's gone around. He's on the way again though, so probably just a half spin. Carwin Rob now pushing the race leader around. That is how close he is. He's also dropping Oxox slightly. Oxox is still in DRS range, so that'll be key. Oh, Oxox is wide there though. Brave man tackling those curbs. And the gap back to Funky Fox has opened up, and so Funky Fox still doesn't have DRS, and that's going to leave him vulnerable down the start finish straight, having got that move done. Could be losing it into turn 1 this time around then. Race lead might be about to change hands here. Here comes Carwin. DRS is open in the slipstream to the inside, and that should be a fairly easy move. And through he goes. Further back, Funky Fox and Sway. We've got a yellow flag further back. It's Adamako, I think. He's had a spin at Bendel Bottleneck. Yarman is in the pits then, so I think he might have just picked up a little bit of wing damage from that spin. The top 3 now starting to break away. That gap is now 1.5 seconds. So Funky Fox is going to have to push hard down to try and bring that pack with him. Sway, Dylan and Andwar all in close attendance, so we've got 3 and a 4 at the front. The further back Scuba still leads his second pack. Graham tucked in behind him, then Dan, then Dutch. Oscar's now off the back after that little spin. Into the pits has gone Evil Chris. New handling catching a few people out here. Yeah, Funky Fox already has no ARS as Pagani. He has indeed, down to 3% really on lap 7, so he's been burning that battery, trying to close that gap. But maybe at this stage he'd be better off just letting Sway go through, try and drag them back along. He's close to him. Oh, he's gone round Bendel Bottleneck. Round he goes. Sway has to take avoiding action. Oh, Funky Fox. That's so unlucky. He spins out of the pack. On the way again. He's now joined the head of the group headed by Scuba. Hopefully his tyres are not too cooked. We saw people last week spinning, trying to get up to speed too quickly. He's going to bail out and pit. So the soft tyre doesn't last very long around here anyway. I think he's decided to pit a little bit earlier. So maybe we commit to a two-stopper because these... That's me. Do apologise. Funky Fox back onto the soft tyre then, so he's definitely on a two-stopper. He's going aggressive to try and bring himself back into contention. And so that then leaves two at the front then, because Ox is now just on the cusp of losing DRS. He's just outside that 1 second bracket at the moment. Pulls it back in again. Nope, he's outside of that bracket, so the front two here are trying to make a break. No DRS for Ox this time. But he's got a gap of 1.4 back to Dylan, so Dylan, Sway and Anwar all in a little train. The three ahead of them have now splintered up. You've got a 2, a 1 and a 3. So Graham goes past Scuba then. Oh, Scuba's left the session. Oh no. Right, bear with me 1 second. Bloody Codemasters, bloody lobbies, servers, goddamn piece of junk. Graham getting the move done. There goes Dan as Scuba's ghost car starts to drop down the order. Into the pits then comes Ox from third. And/or pits as well. So that leaves the front two who are nose to tail. Dylan and Sway also nose to tail. They start driving up the hill in the background. That was Dan Morris getting the move done. And Graham. Oh, Graham has a twitch then on the exit of 1. But Dan's out to P5. He's now the lead medium shod runner. Scuba is, well, should be back in his car shortly. So we won't have lost too much time. Dutch is pitting as well. Yarman then setting the fastest lap of the race. He's pitted. He's back on the soft tyres. He's committed to a two-stopper. He's trying to bring himself back into contention now with some banging. Oh, Dan gets a big twitch of the power as they come out of that bottom corner. Oh, and again there, he tries to get on the power of that bottom corner. Back end stepping out on him. Scuba now has regained his car. He's got Oscar for company. So lots of little pairing now. We've got Carwin, Rob and Lynx for the lead. Carwin's trying to make a break. I think so. Should still be in DRS range. Unfortunately, we've got no interval at the moment. The graphic is not giving me the time. Are either of these two going to pit? Is Lynx going to try and undercut him? The answer is no. Now he was outside of the second there, but he was in within a second at the DRS detection point. In comes Dylan from third. So Sway carries on. So the top three have yet to make their first stop. Are they trying to get to a one-stopper? Oh, and Sway's going to lose it on the exit turn 2. Keep it out of the wall. Round he goes. Graham and Dan battling now over what is P3. Graham taking the position back. So Dylan is onto the hard tyre then. So who is pitted? Ox onto the hards, Dylan's onto the hard, Funky Fox on the soft, and we're on the medium. So we've got a mix of strategies playing out further down the order. Oscar going past Sway, who is probably just managing his tyres. After that spin, we've seen in the last couple of weeks then people trying to get back up too quickly on tyres that are over temperature. Spinning again. So that's why they're just nursing the car for a couple of corners, get his tyre temperatures back in an operating window. Imagine he will pit at this time. What about the race leaders and top two now? The gap is now out. He's now out of DRS range. So Carwin Rob getting the foot down. Open that gap up. When do the top two pits? Eco going past Evil Chris. Funky Fox going past Andwar. Race leader is... No, he plays a dummy. But Lynx goes in anyway. So Lynx pits. Carwin Rob carries on. Obviously Graham and Dan should carry on. These two swap places the last couple of laps. Dan is within DRS range again. And we're going to see another move into turn 1. Graham goes up to P2. Here comes Dan. Through he goes, side by side. And yep, DRS move is done. Up to P2 he goes. Scooping out to the 4th, holding off Oscar. Where does Lynx rejoin after the other riders who have pitted? And the answer is... oh, they're going to go 3-1 into 1. That's not going to work. And Oxox and Funky Fox have jumped him. Oxox gets past Funky Fox, who has a twitch through turn 2. So look at this, the McLarens then. Lynx looking for a way past his teammate either side. And we're on the back of these as well. So that undercut has worked out nicely then for Funky Fox and for Oxox. Now Oxox is on the hard tyre, so he's definitely going to the end. Barring a safety car, we have a yellow flag. It is, I think it's Sway, who was just pitted and has now had a drama at pretty much the same corner. Lynx there right onto the back of his teammate. In fact, no, it's Funky Fox. Lynx has got past. So he's playing the team game. These two worked very well in tandem last week. Funky Fox ploughed away through. Lynx followed him, and then Lynx snatched away the race lead with a couple of laps to go. He had the better tyres though, I think, but Funky Fox put on an outstanding stint on those soft tyres at the end of the race after that safety car. Right, race leader is in. Now, is he going to be vulnerable to the undercut? Because we've seen Lynx, who was the race leader, lose out. He's trundling down pit lane. Graham and Dan go through into first and second. Graham takes the lead of the race. Where is Carwin Rob coming out relative to Oxox? They're coming down the start-finish straight. Here comes out the pit lane. He's going to be in front. Oxox has been swamped by McLaren's. Lynx gets through on Oxox. And Funky Fox is through as well. Or is he? They're side by side. Yes, he's through. And Anwar's trying to attack as well. He's up the inside. Oxox is playing the long game. Funky Fox is a little bit deep there. Anwar up the inside of him as well. Through, but no, holds on. So then, it is shuffled at the minute. Graham now leads from Dan. It's an Irish 1-2-3 with Scuba in third. Back in his car now. There they are in the background. Him and Oscar doing battle. Dan with the DRS, but not going to make a move this time. Stuck riding that curve on the inside there. Brave man. Up the hill we climb. Graham then leading the race. Dan second. Scuba in third with Oscar in close attendance. Then we've got Carwin Rob, who's got out ahead of that pack. Made his pit stop. He's on the medium tyre then, so he is your net race leader. Lynx right with him again though, and that pack have all come back together. Funky Fox and Oxox and Dylan. Now Oxox is on the hard tyre. The other guys, well, Funky Fox is definitely going to have to pit again. The other guys are questionable. It'll be a very long stretch. And you can see Colin Rob trying to break the toe, goes up against the pit wall. Everybody follows in. The snake is not close enough into turn 1 this time. He closes right up on the back. Race leader is now Dan Morris. He takes over from Graham. Those two just continuing to swap places. They will be hoping they can get to a point in the race where they can switch to the soft tyre and be race at the end. And the safety car would do them some wonders as well. But still a long way to go. Then we're not quite at half distance yet. Further down the path than Tom Duval has had a very lonely race after a glitch in his game before the race started. Ooh, big twitch as well. Sway was in this battle for the lead early on. He's had some dramas. Natiko is underway again after some early contact. Evil Chris battling with him. Oh, he go over the curves? That was brave. Yarm, another one to spin out of that pack early on, unfortunately. And this man as well does tricks. Now he has got 5.9 seconds. Oh, Scuba's gone. Oh, he's lost it there, coming through. Oh, we've got a safety car. Safety car is out. Now, well, this helps Tom, Sway, Tico, Evil, Chris, Adamako, Yarman, and Dutch. They are now back on the pack. Here come your race leaders. They're in. Now, they're going to have to swap to the hard tyre here, aren't they? It's too far out for them. Oscar's going to be in as well. Carwin will go through and reassume the lead of the race. Oxox is in. That's Dylan. They're going to get off those hard tyres. They're going to go back onto the mediums now. Funky Fox also taking the opportunity to pit. Alright then, so where does this leave us? Then we've got, look at the Aston Martin safety car. Yay! So that's the highlight of the race for me so far. We've got an Aston Martin safety car finally. So as we just approached half distance, and the safety car is out. Scuba losing it, looking on the exit of Bendel Bottleneck. By the look of it, he might have touched that inside curb. And it is race over for him, unfortunately. Lynx then now in P2. And well, now in P3, so he's in a very strong position. Now Tom Duval's going to pit here, yep. Eva Chris as well, as we'll bunch the pack back up again. Those drivers who were off the back will be in the train. And we will have 16 cars nose to tail again. Thank you, Phoebe, by the way. I've just seen that. So, now, this has probably hurt Dan, Graham and Oscar, because they're now on the hard tyres. Unless they're going to go back in again this time around. Maybe go back onto the mediums. Interesting how this is going to play out. Also, Funky Fox strangely has gone onto the hard tyres. I'm surprised he didn't switch to the mediums, if I'm honest. I would have thought with a couple of safety car laps the mediums should easily get to the end, but we will see. We will see. Are they going to... Oh. Still got safety car laps to do. So 3 or 4 drivers still catching up to the back of the pack then. We are now pretty much at half race distance. Got a few drivers on the hard tyres. Interestingly, here's Adamako and Evil Chris also, both Williams on the hard tyres. Dan's going around. And maybe going to the pits, since it is now Dutch Tricks then. Down in P10, spun out of P2 early on. Unlike Dutch. In the pits is Adamako. So Adamako is getting off those hard tyres. He was down the pack, why not? What tyre is he going on to? Is he going on to the mediums? Or is he going to brave the softs? The answer is it is the medium tyre for him. Evil Chris is in as well, so his teammate following him in. He's serving a penalty. Get that out of the way. Medium tyres back on, yep. So they've got their compulsory tyre allocation swaps done. Out in 14th and 16th place then, so 3 drivers just to catch the safety car, but that shouldn't be a problem before the end of the lap. Can I drive the safety car? Looks like fun. I mean, by all means, Pagani, by all means. It does look like a very nice car, and hopefully that's on GT7 when it comes out in March. What's happened to Dylan? Dylan has just hemorrhaged 3 places. What's happened there? Has he spun under the safety car? Maybe he has. He's got going again, and he's back up into P9. So, not quite sure what happened there. I think Dylan, away from the prying eyes of the stream, has had a bit of a drama. Not so terminal as Carwin's last week. But he is back in his position now. Did he get any damage from that, whatever happened to him? Is the next question. Seems to be okay. So Evil Chris then catching up to the back of the pack. And then are we going to get the notification that the car is in this lap? We are indeed then. So into the second half of the race. We are on lap 15. Lap 16 will be the start of racing conditions. Carwin Rob will take over at the front. What's happened to Andy? Where is Andy going? Off the track there. Did he have a bit of a drama? Carwin Rob then now takes over at the front. He is now the pace car. When does he pull the trigger? The answer is no, he's going to wait. He's going to wait. Wait as long as he dares. Away he goes. It's a good restart from Anwar. He's now attacking Lynx for P2. Down the outside. 2 or 3 wide in the pack. Oh, that is a big smash for Yarman. Huge accident for Yarman into the pit wall. Oh, and Dutch has got a 5-second point for a yellow flag. What's happened there? Right, Carwin leads. Andy up to P2 in all of that. Link's down to third. Graham is now fourth. Dan fifth. Oxox up to P6. Funky Fox down to 7th, Dylan is 8th, Oscar 9th, Tico up to 10th. I don't know what happened there. Dutch got a warning for yellow flag. Oh, Sway's gone as well. Ahead Tico and Tinko and Oscar as Tico goes up to P9, so he's now starting to get racy. Of course, we've got no DRS for 2 laps after a safety car. And we've got a 10-second penalty. What happened to Adam Acko? Did not see what happened there. Oxox making moves, using those medium tyres. He's been aggressive in the early going here. And now Dylan looking for a way past Dan as well, right at the back of him. Those hard tyre shod cars starting to struggle a little bit then, and Graham is losing touch with the top 3. Of course, having started on the medium tyre, he had to pit for the hards really. There was too far to go onto the softs. Link's then trying to come back at Andwar into the slipstream. Here comes Graham's teammate Oxox to the inside. Oxox back into the top 4 then. Graham doesn't fight it too hard. I think he knows that's not his battle at this stage of the race. Further back, Dylan going past by Dutch and Oscar as well. Well, Tico's in the pits. What's happened to Tico? He's onto the soft tyre, so Tico experimenting with no line tonight. I don't think it's quite worked for him. What's happened to Dylan? Dylan is dropping down the order, left, right and centre here. Evil Chris making some progress. He's up to 11th, following his teammate through. So top 3 have made a break, and Oxox knows that he needs to get after them. So that is why he's forced his way through past his teammate. He started the restart 6th, he's now up to 4th. Can he do anything about that top 3 though? Andwar is closing back in on Carwin Rob. Then Carwin Rob had that gap over a second. Andwar now is in a very good position here. He needs to get back in DRS range. Of course, there'll be no DRS down the start-finish straight this time. It will be re-enabled this lap. He needs to be in position at the end of the straight for the run up to turn 4. Pull himself, and he'll bring Links with him back onto the tail of the leader. Needs to have got 1.7 seconds over Ox in the background, who is 4th. You can see him there burning up the ERS down the start-finish straight, getting himself within that 1 second zone. And Goy cheering on Andy. I don't think Andy's ever won a Div 1 race, so he's definitely in the shout with this one. Goes very well around Bahrain. Yeah, DRS is activated again, and this will now help him pull himself back onto the tail of Carwin. He'll bring Links with him, and it'll pull them further away from Oxox. Gap now nearly 2 seconds, he himself has also got 1.8 seconds over this pack of hard shod tyres cars. Graham, Dan and Funky Fox with Dutch tricks on the back of them. And Dutch of course will also be very aware that that pack of 4 up the road are getting away. He's got a tyre advantage, he needs to use it while he can. These 3 are all going to have, well, obviously Dan won't have DRS, Graham won't have DRS, but Dan and Funky Fox will. They'll be using that, that'll defend from Dutch. Down the back straight we go. Funky Fox thinking about a move on Dan. Dutch then couldn't make a move on Funky Fox. Oscar clinging on resolutely into P9 as well. And Amako trying to get on terms. His teammate coming with him. Tom Spy haven't got back into his car. It's just not working out for him tonight. Dylan as well, he'll be so unlucky something's happened to him. Dropping down the order. Tico, his race has just not gone to plan. The no line experiment not really working out for him tonight. The top 3 then have broken away. Oxox has not been able to close in. He's now in a bit of no man's land in 4th. Further back, Dan goes past Graham. Dutch going past Funky Fox. He's going to send it on Graham as well. He gets alongside, but Graham will have the run up the hill. Squeezed out. Oh, Dutch on the curve. Funky Fox back around the outside. They're going to go 3 wide into turn 4. Graham in the middle. Dutch up the inside. He's going to take him wide. And Funky Fox is going to buy back into this as well now. Graham loses 2 places. The shuffle that's brought Oscar, Adamako and Evil Chris into this battle as well now. So this train grows and grows. Dan now at the head of it. Dutch Tricks is now up to P6. So he recovers from an early race spin. There's your top three going through the screen in the foreground. Here's Oxox in P4, and then this train led by Dan. He's got 3.2 seconds behind Oxox, and Dutch is going to be so eager to get through. Further back, Adamaka goes past Oscar into the back straight there, tyre advantage. Oscar trying to come back around the outside. That's a brave move. Thinks better of it. Evil Chris now trying to buy into this as well. Further back, Tico just set the fastest lap. Of course, he's on the soft tyres. I think Evil Chris has had a good run out of the penultimate corner, but Oscar's held him off for now at least. Meanwhile, for P2, here comes Lynx. Down the inside. And back up to P2 he goes. Andy saw him coming, gives him the room. Dutch Tricks is up to P5. He's got the move done on Dan into turn 1. Now he needs to make hay while he's got a tyre advantage and try and pull away. Can he chase down Oxox? He's currently P4. Dan now having to defend from Funky Fox, who goes inside and outside. No way through. Just gives him the squeeze off the track. Position held for now. Tom Duval is in. Going onto the soft tyre as well. I think he's gunning for fastest lap point perhaps. Back with the leaders. Let's see how they're getting on. Kai Rob has got that gap just under a second now. He's trying desperately to break the DRS straight. Funky Fox, Funky Fox, no, Lynx, sorry, wrong McLaren. Trying to stay within that second bracket. And the gap's now fairly equal. 0.8 between all three. Really good run from these three then. We're on to lap 20 of 29. 9 laps to go. Lynx has got DRS, but he was outside the 1 second bracket. And we're also having to be mindful of that gap there. Andy, I think, is not going to have DRS here at the second straight because he's outside of that 1 second bracket, and Oxox has taken about half a second out of him on that lap. Dutch was also not able to drop this pack behind him on that lap, so Dan is still very much with him. So is Funky Fox. Graham resolutely clinging on to DRS as well. Funky Fox and Dan again. I don't think he's going to be making a move. He's not quite close enough. The train behind, or will just follow my leader. Fox and Dan looking like the most volatile battle in this pack at the moment. So Dutch is not able to pull away. He's not broken the DRS yet. Andwar, however, has dropped out of DRS now of Lynx. A bad couple of corners for Andy, and he's now dropped the DRS, which means that he is now vulnerable to the car behind him. It is Oxox. Now Andy is on 11 lap old medium tyres. Oxox is on 6 lap old medium tyres. So Oxox has a tyre advantage as well. He's now just starting to chip away at that lead. Trix is also on 6 lap old fresh tyres. The gap is now 4.8. If anything, he's actually lost more time to Oxox. And he still hasn't managed to break the DRS behind him. Dan and Funky Fox clinging on resolutely. Graham as well. Everybody's still in the train. Fox then. Funky Fox has got no ERS left, so he's pushing hard to try and make a move here. But down with the DRS as well, not going to be close enough further back. Ooh, Adamaka and Graham. That was a late move. Graham has to see position. Adam around the outside. And that's going to leave him vulnerable to Evil Chris as well. The Williams working as a pair. Attack the Alpine, and they both make it through. Those hard tyres and Graham's car just no answer at this stage. It will come back to him towards the end of the race, though, you feel. And Oscar sitting behind, learning, watching. Just 10 seconds for corner crossing. Interesting. Don't know what happened there. Let's see if it lands up in the stewards later on then. So your top two now have made the break. Andor has no answer for the top 2 speed at this race, and now he's got to worry about that podium because the Alpine of Oxox is closing in. He's now within DRS range, and he's got fresher tyres as well. Garwin Rob continues to lead. Lynx is in DRS range though. That will pull him closer by the end of the straight. Same with Oxox and Andoir. Oxox wasn't within the 1 second bracket this time, but he is now. So, up towards turn 4, he will have the run further back. That's the Williams changing places then. Evil Chris gets past his teammate. Dutch still not able to break away from this pack then. Dan and Funky Fox doing a really good job hanging onto the DRS. It's just keeping Dutch honest, and Dutch is not making any headway on Oxox either. Oxox now has also been pulled along by Andoir. Although having been backwards and down in P13 at one point, P5 is not a bad recovery from Dutch. He will end his podium streak for the season. 4 races, 4 podiums. Still no win for Dutch Tricks this season. So is 5 races without winning a barren patch for somebody? You can see top 2 still continuing to circulate in Carl and Rob, holding Lynx at arm's length though. 6 or 7 tenths between the two of them. Andoir has got Oxox closing in. Navigate Bendel bottleneck okay. Top 4 have pulled away to the tune of 5.7 seconds over Dutch now, so Dutch has got no answer for this pack ahead. Gap to the lead still 8 tenths of a second, so you feel that Lynx is not going to be close enough for a move into turn 1. They will be closer, however Oxox might be close enough. Oxox does have a penalty to his name though. Andoir doesn't necessarily need to worry about Oxox at this stage, as Oxox goes through up into P3. Does have a penalty to his name. That's Andy. If you can just hang with him, you will get that back in 5 laps time. Dutch Tricks still has this train on at back of him. However, it's just strung out a little bit now. So Dan and Funky Fox still going with him. Evil Chris has pulled away from his teammate. No DRS at the moment. He's 1.1 seconds behind, trying to close that gap back in. Gran P10, Oscar doing a really good job. P11 for him. His teammate will be a little bit disappointed, I think, with having dropped out of that pack that was battling for podiums and top 5s early on. Tico has the fastest lap to his name, but it's been a very anonymous race for the reigning champ. Going no line for the first time tonight. A little bit of refining to do, and Tom Naval has just had a few glitches all night long, unfortunately. But still getting around to get some points on the board. Gap for the lead down to 6 tenths of a second this time. Lynx might be close enough for a move this time. Adamaka with a penalty for corner cutting again, or track limits. Lynx can bide his time here. He's not got much ERS at the moment, so maybe he can just use this time to just charge the battery. Oh, Adamaka into the pits, gets a penalty for speeding, and I think that's his night done. I think he's called that one a night, as Lynx fakes to the inside. So the battle for the lead is on. Oxox and Andoir continue to suck at Dutch Tricks as a penalty as well. Oh, because he got on for collision earlier, didn't he? Still Dan and Funky Fox circulating behind him. Those two have gone with him. Evil Chris has now got to within DRS range. That is Adam's night unfortunately done. Now Oxox has got... No, so he's almost out of DRS range, and these tyres I think are just going off now. The undercut brought him back into contention earlier on, but I think it's just hurting him a little bit now. He's got 5 laps more on his tyres compared to Oxox's, with 4 laps to go and a couple of corners. Oxox is now just starting to stretch that lead. It's over a second, so Andy is going to be without DRS. He does have more battery, so he can push, try and close that gap down. Oh dear. Right. Change for the lead. Change for the lead. Lynx down the inside of Carwin Rob. And McLaren man takes the position back now. Here though comes Carwin Rob with the DRS again. Lynx covers the inside. Carwin will just drive around the outside. Lynx is going to try and defend the inside. No, he'll let him have it. for now. So yeah, I've seen your message, Adam. If you send me a clip, we'll get it looked at, mate. Dropping down the hill, then we're on lap 26 now of 29. 3.5 laps to go. Battle for the lead. Just changed hands, changed back again. These guys are 3.2 seconds though ahead of this man who's giving chase. And he's clinging on though. He's just outside of DRS range. This battle continues to rage as well. Still chasing Dutch Tricks. Dan holding off Funky Fox. And Evil Chris is now right in this battle as well. Oscar also not a million miles away. He has now got ahead of Graham. Oscar now up into P9. Really good run for him tonight. Of course he is double stacking tonight. Oh, Evil Chris there riding that curve. That is brave. Very brave to be riding curbs around here. Now, Dutch Tricks has finally, potentially, got out of the DRS range. That'll be key. Here we go again for the lead. Into turn 1. Lynx takes the lead back again. Colin Rob there will get a better run there. Lynx went a little bit deep into 1. The DRS will come back open again. Lynx just moves slightly to the inside. Carwin will drive around the outside. However, I don't think he's going to have as much of an overlap this time. I'm going to go wheel to wheel. Lynx gives him room. No wheel to wheel still. Who's going to seed? The answer is neither of them, but Carwin hangs on around the outside. Great driving. Oscar's got around. Oh, I think I've jinxed him. Sorry, Oscar. I said he was going really well. And he's had a spin at turn 3. However, what an exchange for the lead that was. Carwin hanging it around the outside of 5 and 6. Retains the lead. Funky Fox also finally got the move done on Dan for P6. Evil Chris is now going to try and buy into this as well. He's having a really solid run. And then again, he's recovered after that early drama. Top 2 continuing to circle within just a couple of tenths of each other. He's going to go all the way down to the final lap. It might even come down to the final corner, how close these two are. Lynx probably do with saving some battery at this stage. Don't need to be ahead of him on this lap. You see they're using the battery though, trying to get a launch off the final corner. DRS will pop open. Battery goes off. And here we go again, down the inside. Moves across. He'll have a better line than through 1 this time, so he should have a better run. However, Carwin will have the DRS. So again, Lynx covers the inside, making Carwin go all the way around the outside. He did it once though. Once again, wheel to wheel. Great racing from these two, but Lynx cuts it ahead. So Lynx has got the move done this time. On the penultimate lap of the race then, Lynx hits the front and keeps it this time. Further back, Ox is now trying to get that gap up to over 3 seconds. It is 2.3 at the minute. Andy doing everything he can to stay within 3 seconds. Funky Fox is now back on the... He's now actually on the attack of Dutch Tricks then, so the McLarens are both on the attack here. Dan still there as well, Evil Chris as well. Graham has just slipped away from the back of this pack. Dylan. Also there, Tico, Tom and Oscar's just pitted. Of course he's not scoring points in this division, so trying to maybe go for the fastest lap on the final lap then. So here we are with the leaders. The question is Funky Fox going to stick another move on the 4-time champ further back? And keep an eye on that one. We're about then to start the final lap of round 5 here at Bahrain. Lynx is your leader. He's won the last 2 races. Can he make it 3 in a row? Is Carl going to take his first? DRS is open. Lynx not using the battery. I think this is an inevitable move. He's going to squeeze Carwin as much as he can though, but Carwin's going to get that move done. Gets back over to the racing line though for turn 1. Funky Fox and Dutch. Meanwhile, here comes Funky Fox. He stuck it to him last week. He's going to stick it to him again. Back there with the leaders. Carwin has held him off into turn 4. That's one important milestone done on this lap. Further back, is Dutch going to come back at Funky Fox? I think he is. Funky Fox is going to cover the inside. Dutch is going to have to go around the long way. I don't think he's got enough grip. Not at this point. Now we're going to see a similar move though. Yes, we are. Oh, he gets the move done. Great driving. He's going a little bit deep though. Funky Fox coming back around the outside. Not close enough. Got to try and switch back, get the power down. Still side by side, no change for the lead meanwhile. Lynx is close but not close enough. These two continue to chase places. Contact at the bottom corner. Funky Fox with the DRS is going to try and go around the outside. Both of them on the DRS button. ERS button, sorry, and Funky Fox, no, Dutch holds the inside. Funky Fox is going to try and hang it around the outside. You then have the inside for Bendel Bottleneck. He gets the move done. Great driving between those two. Dan trying to buy into this as well for the lead though. Out of the final corner. Oh, he's all over the curbs, and I think that's going to save it for Carwin. Carwin wins. In Bahrain, Lynx is second. Oxox crosses the line in third. Is Andy going to hang on for third though? He does. By 2,000 of a second. Funky Fox is going to steal P5 from Dutch Tricks on the final lap. What a drive. Dan gets ahead of him on penalties. As is Evil Chris, P7. Great result for him. Graham comes home P8. Dutch drops to P9 with that penalty. Dylan comes across the line in P10. Tico out of the final corner. Comes home in P11 with Tom Deval in 12th. Oscar setting purple sectors. Is he going to take the fastest lap on the final lap? On the final corner. His DRS is cancelled. He does. He gets the fastest lap right at the death end. So Oscar takes the fastest lap point away. Don't even know who had it until that point. Dan Morrison gets driver of the day. He comes up to P6, I think it was, at the flag. That's some great battles, but it's Carwin Rob who takes his first win in FTRL. Great win for him. Lynx's run of victories comes to an end, but still a magnificent P2 for him. And Anwar clings onto a podium by 27 thousandths of a second. Great drive from him. His first podium of the season, and very well deserved. Great drive from a number of people. Oxox there did really well as well. Just missed out on getting back to that podium place. Funky Fox sticking a move on the four-time champ again. There's no respect from these youngsters to the old guard. Dutch had a bit of a scruffy race there. There might be a couple of penalties to come away from that. We shall see. But the finishing order is as follows, with pending, of course, some stewards and queries. Carwin Rob then takes the win with Lynx second. Andy third. Oxox is P4. Funky Fox comes home P5 with Dan Morris P6. Eva Chris P7. Graham P8. Dutch P9. Dylan rounding out the top 10. Then we've got Tico, Tom and Oscar your finishers, with the retirements Adamako, Sway, Yarman and Scuba tonight, so unfortunately from them. And that then is the end of tonight's action. Once again, full to the brim with drama, excitement. Div 1 really know how to do it in spectacular fashion, and better still, we get to do it all again tomorrow, 8 o'clock for Div 2. Please do come back and join me as we do it all over again here at Bahrain. Round 5 of Div 2. Of course, last week was a very dominant victory for Sparks, so can somebody challenge his dominance this week? We shall see. Oscar's got plenty of knowledge in the bank after that one. Bagged the fastest lap as well. Then on Thursday, of course, we're back with GT Sport. It is week number 7 of GT14, and we are at Big Willow. So do join us for that. Expect to see plenty of people kicking up some dust there as well. That's another night in the desert. But yeah, Carwin Rob gets his first victory. I think that is the perfect response to what happened last week. 0 to hero. Great drive from him. His first win of the season, his first in FTRL, and a new name on the trophy. Brilliant drive again from Lynx though, having won 2. A second place, he is really putting together a very strong title push. And what, just by the skin of his teeth, deploying enough battery on the final straight there to overhaul Oxox for P3. But great drive from those two as well. Funky Fox again, outstanding drive from him. Didn't feature for the win. I think the tyre call maybe cost him there. I thought he might have gone onto the medium tyres for that final stint, in which case he may have been in the battle for the podium, but still a great job from him. P5 as McLaren really looking like the team to beat now in the Constructors as well. Well, that's the end of the action for tonight. Thank you very much for joining me. If you haven't already liked the stream, please do so before you leave. That helps us out immensely. And come back here 8 o'clock tomorrow. We do it all again with Div 2. And then hopefully it should be switched back on comms for GT Sport on Thursday. If not, it will be Junkie Sport. So whichever of those two lovely gentlemen get to commentate on the action, please do join them for that. But for me, for this evening, thank you very much for joining us. And we will see you again real soon.